Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 1-2 of October, November 2019 of A-Level Math. So let's move on to question number 1. So it says the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of these two functions is 3. Find the value of a. So one by one, how would you expand this functions, right? So first you will do 4 times 1 plus x over 2 power 6, and then plus ax 1 plus x over 2 power 6. So the thing here is that we're only interested by the term in x squared. That's all we need to find. So let's find the term in x squared in this expansion. So 4 will be 4 times the term in x squared will be 6, choose something, the first term, and then the second term. So for this term to be x squared, this here needs to be 2. So here we have 2, and here we have 4. Plus ax is the same, multiplied by 6, choose something of the first term, and the second term right here. So for it to be a term in x squared, since we have x here already, we only need one more x. So that'll be 1, and this will be 5. Okay, so now we can just expand and see what do we have. So 4 times, what is 6 choose 2? Let's verify. 6 choose 2 will be 15. 6 times 15 times 1 times x squared over, it's actually 2, not 6. So this is a mistake, this is 2, not 6. That will become 2 power 2 will be 4, plus ax times 6 choose 1 will be 6 times 1 x over 2. Now let's try to simplify this. Let's see what we have. This 2 goes away. So here we have 15 x squared plus, here we have 3. So 3 ax squared. Right. Now if you factorize this, you will have, we take out x squared, you will have 15 plus 3a. And from the question, it says that the coefficient of x squared is given by 3. So it means that this inside right here is equal to 3. So let's write down the equation. 15 plus 3a is equal to 3. Let's solve for the value of a. So first step, we can divide everywhere by 3. Here we'll have 5 plus a equal to 1. So a will be 1 minus 5, which is minus 4. So for this question, the value of a will be minus 4. And this is question number 1. Now let's move on to question number 2. We have the point M is the midpoint of the line joining these 2 points. So M is the midpoint of these 2 points. So find the equation of the line through M, which is parallel to this line. So here we have a few information. So let's do it step by step. So 1, let's find what are the coordinates of the point M. M is a midpoint of these 2 points. So as you know, midpoint can be found by using a formula, which is x1 plus x2. So 3 plus minus 1 divided by 2. 7 plus 1 divided by 2. So 3 minus 1 is 2 divided by 2 will be 1, and this will be 7 plus 1 will be 8 divided by 2 will be 4. So that will be my point M. 3 x1 x2 divided by 2, and this divided by 2. Okay, that is my point M. Now moving on to the next step, it says find the equation of the line through M. So the line passes through the point M. This is M, right? And which is parallel to this equation. So to find the equation of a line, as you know, we have to find the gradient of the line. We have to find the gradient. So since it is parallel to this line, it means that they have the same gradient as this line. So right now we have x over 3 plus y over 2 equal to 1. So we have to express this in this form. So we can send x over here. You will have y over 2 equal to 1 minus x over 3. So y will be minus 2 over 3x plus 2. So this here will be your gradient for this line. So since the two lines are parallel, it means that the line M also has the same gradient. So since we know the point M, which is 1, 4, and the gradient, which is minus 2, 3, we can find the equation pretty easily. So y minus 4 over x minus 1 equal to minus 2 over 3. Now we just have to cross multiply. You will have 3y minus 12 equal to minus 2x plus 2. So 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 2 plus 12. Now if you simplify, that will become 3y equal to minus 2x plus 14. So this will be the equation of the line of passing through the point M and parallel to this line. So this will be your question number 2. Question number 3. Here we have a curve is such that dy by dx equal to this, where k is a constant. The points P and Q lie on the curve. Find the equation of the curve. So equation of the curve is to find y. As you guys must know by now, how do you find y from dy by dx? It is by integrating dy by dx with respect to x, then we can find y. So let's rewrite down dy by dx is equal to k over root of x, so that will be k times x minus half. Okay, that will be, this is the same thing, we just take the x on top, you will have this one. Now let's try to solve this. So y will be integration of k times x minus half dx. So let's see what we will have for this one. So k is just a constant, that will be outside. And then x, we have to plus 1 to the power, it will become half, and divide by half. Of course, plus c. So right now we have y is equal to 2k root x plus c. That is the equation of the curve. So we have to find the values of k and the values of c. So we have all the information for the curve of this y. Now we have to use the points. Let's use the first one. P is 1 minus 1. This is your x and this is your y. Now replace back in the equation. You will have minus 1 equal to 2k. Root of 1 will be 1 plus c. So this is your equation number 1. Now moving on to the next one, let's use the point Q, which is given as 4, 4. So same step. If you replace Q in this equation, you will have 4 here, 2k times 2 plus c. That will be 4 equal to 4k plus c. That is number 2. Now we can make c the subject of formula. So c is equal to 4 minus 4k, sorry. Now replace this back in this equation. You will have minus 1 equal to 2k plus c will be 4 minus 4k. Now we can simplify this. So let's send this one on this side. You will have minus 1 minus 4, that will be minus 5, 2k minus 4k minus 2k. From this, the value of k will be minus 5 divided by minus 2, which is 2.5. That is your value for k. Now we have to find the value for c. C will be 4 minus 4 times k. So what is 4 minus 4 times 2.5? That will be minus 6. Okay, so now we have the equation of the line because we have both the values of k and c. So y will be equal to 2k, k is this one, 2 times k will be 5, root x minus 6. And this will be the equation of your curve. And this is question number 3. Question number 4, we have the diagram shows a circle with center O and radius R. This is also the radius. Now the points A and B lie on the circle and the angle AOB is 2 radians. This is 2 radians. The tangents to the circle at A and B meet at T. So these two are tangents to the circle. So one thing you should think about right away is if these two are tangents to the circle, it means that this angle here is 90 and this angle here is 90. That is exactly what we should derive from this information. Now part 1, it says express the perimeter of this area in terms of r and theta. So let's find the perimeter. So what is the perimeter of this region? So by observation you would say it is the distance all around. So P will be equal to AB, so this distance AB, plus AT plus TB. Now we know that AT and TB are the same. So these two have the same length. So this will be just AB plus 2 times AT. This is because they are both the same. That's why. Okay, let's first find the length of AB. So AB is your length of arc, and as you know by now, length of arc is found by using the formula. So length of arc AB is found by using the formula r times theta, which is the radius, it is r, and the angle in between is 2 radians. So that will be 2 radian, which is 2 r theta. That will be the length of AB. Now the next part we have to find AT. So by observation, what can you do is you can draw a line here, exactly joining O and T. So this line is going to cut this shape exactly in half, and this angle was 2 pi. This will be 2 theta. This will become theta. So if you observe right now, we have a right angle triangle with this side equal to r, and the angle is theta. So we can use SOHCAHTOA. How would you find AT? So let's write down SOHCAHTOA. So AT will be equal to, this one is your adjacent side, so A. We have to find this side, your opposite side, you have to use tan. So AT, it will be found by using tan theta. Tan theta is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. So from this you have AT is equal to r tan theta. So finally replace back in the main equation. So the perimeter is equal to AB, which is 2 r theta, plus 2 times AT, so 2 times r tan theta. So this will be your perimeter in terms of r and theta for this diagram. Now let's move on to part B. It says in the case where r equal to 5 and theta equal to 1.2, find the area of the shaded region. So by observation here, what we can do is we can just divide this by 2 at first, and we can just find the area of this part first. Let's find this area first, and then divide by 2 for the full area. So sorry, times 2, not divide. So let's just find this one first. So how would you find this? So by observation, you will see that this is a right angle triangle of AOB is a right angle triangle. If you minus area of this sector, you will find the area of that region. So let's do that. So let's find area of triangle OAB. As you know, triangle is half times base. Base will be r is given to you as 5, and times length of AT, height. AT is given by by r tan of 1.2. As you have seen here, AT is given by r tan of theta. So we know the value of r and theta. We can just do that. So let's solve and see what we have for the value of the triangle of the area. So half times base times height. Make sure your calculator is in radian mode for this area. 32.15189. Now, how do you find area of the sector? So let's find area of sector. It is equal to half r square, which is 5 square, theta, 1.2. Half times 25 times 1.2, that will be 15. Okay, so let's double check. Area of triangle, half times base, 5 times height, 5 tan of 1.2. That is 32.15, good. And area of sector will be half times 5 square times 1.2. That will be 15. Now, area for that region will be area of triangle minus this. So let's do that. Area of, let's call this one A. So area of A will be equal to 32.15189 minus 15. That will be 17.15189. Now, as you can see, this is only the area of A, so we have to find this whole area. So A and this, let's call this one B, they are the same. So the total shaded area, so area of shaded region will be 2 times this one, 17.15189. So times 2, you will have 34.3. So your answer will be 34.3 centimeter square for the area of the shaded region. And this is question number 4. So let's move on to question number 5. The diagram shows a solid cone with a slant height of 15, that's the slant height, and a vertical height of h, this is h. Now part 1, show that the volume V of the cone is given by this. So the volume of a cone of radius r and height h is given by this. This is the formula for volume of a cone. So the thing that is missing is, if you observe, is it is r. We don't have radius. So how would you find radius from this cone? So if you observe, here we have 15, and here we have h, that's the height h. And this joining to the circle will be radius. So if you observe, we have a right angled triangle. And how would you find the value of r? As you would know, the value of r is usually found by the equation, by Pythagoras theorem. It is r square plus h square is equal to 15 square. Now r square is equal to 15 square minus h square, which is 225 minus h square. So as you observe from the formula, we need actually the value for r square. So that is good like this. We just need this value here. Now let's find the volume of a cone. So volume will be equal to V equal to 1/3 pi r square times h. So that will be 1/3 pi r square will be 225 minus h square times h. Now if you simplify, that will become 1/3 pi. We send the h inside, you will have 225h minus h cube, centimeter cube. This is shown as required, so it's the same as this. So shown as required. Okay, now let's move on to part 2. It says that given the value of h can vary, find the value of h for which v has a stationary value. Determine showing the nature of the value as well. So let's do that. So as you guys must know by now, at stationary value d, so here we have dv by dh is equal to 0. Our equation is v equal to 1/3 pi 225h minus h cube. So how would you find dv by dh? Let's do one by one. So dv by dh will be equal to, this is just a constant, it is just a multiple, you can take it out and we can differentiate the inside. So 225h will be 225 minus 3h square. That is dv by dh. Now we have to equate this to 0. So we can just divide everywhere by this. You will have 225 minus 3h square equal to 0. So 3h square will be 225. h square will be 225 divided by 3. That will be 75. So the value of h will be root of 75. Since the h is a height, it cannot be negative, so it will be positive root of 75. Now for this value of h, find the nature of this value. So how would you find nature? We have to find d2v by dh2. That will be differentiating this equation. That will become 1/3 pi will be outside, and this will become 0 minus 6h. So that will become minus 1/3 pi times 6h. Simplify. That will become minus 2h pi. Since the value here is minus, it will be negative for any value of h. So you would say since d2v by dh2 is less than 0, which is negative, in this case stationary value will be when it is negative, it will be a max value. If it was positive, it will be a minimum value in this case. Okay, so that will be question number 5. Question number 6, here we have, given that x is more than 0, which means it is positive, find the two smallest value of x in radians for which this is this, right? Show all the working. So let's do one by one. So we have the equation 3 tan of 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Sorry, equal to 1. So what I like to do is I like to say let theta equal to 2x plus 1. So let's replace this here. So we have 3 tan of theta equal to 1. So tan of theta equal to 1/3. So theta will be tan inverse 1/3. Now, since tan is positive, the value of tan will be in this segment, and also if section, and also will be in this one, which is pi plus 1 plus theta. So let's find the values of theta. Theta will be tan inverse of 1/3. That will be 0.321. 322. Okay, that will be the first value, and then plus pi 0.346. Correct, 2/3SF. Now let's put this value back here. You will have 2x plus 1 equal to 0.322 and 3.46. So now since we have 2x here, we have to add another revolution. So revolution will be equal to, you have to add 2 pi to each of the values. So let's do that. For the first one, 0.322 plus 2 pi. So, and why do we do this? Because of this thing. If you have 2 here, or you have something plus the 2, you have to do this to get the other values possible for this equation. So you will have 6.605, and then for this one, 3.46 plus 2 pi, that will be 9.74. Since we only require 2 values, we can stop here. So let's simplify. 2x is equal to what? So 0.322 minus 1, that will be minus 0.678. 3.42 minus 1 will be 2.46. Minus 1 will be 5.605, 8.74. Now for the value of x, that will be what? Divide by 2. That will be minus 0.339, and 2.46 divided by 2, that will be 1.23, and 5.605 divided by 2, 2.80, and then last one, 8.74 divided by 2, that will be 4.37. Now, the question only needs 2 values of x, which is positive. Let's see, what can we have? So this one will go away. This one is, we just need 2 values of x. This one we don't need. So x will be 1.23 and 2.80. So this will be the 2 values of x that we need. Now for part B, the function f of x equal to this for this domain between 0 and pi. Part 1, express f of x in the form of this. So We have f of x, right now it is 3 cos square x minus 2 sine 2x. Now we only need cos in this equation, so as you guys know by now, sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x. Now replace this value, this by this. In this equation you will have 3 cos square x minus 2 times 1 minus cos square x. That will become 3 cos square x minus 2 plus 2 cos square x. So that will become 5 cos square x minus 2. So that will be f of x. So this will be part 1. Now for part 2, find the range of f. So pretty easy. As you can see here, first thing we have to write this. F is only defined between, for the values of x, between 0 and pi. Okay, so now we know f of x is equal to 5 cos square x minus 2. Now one thing you should know is that cos of pi value is equal to, let's see, cos of pi is equal to minus 1, and cos of 0 is equal to 1. But the thing is that here we have cos square. So cos square pi will be 1, and cos square 0 will also be 1. And for the values of when it becomes 0, we can replace and see what happens. Because you know that the usual, let's write this here as well. We know that cos square x, it usually varies between 0 and 1. So this will be the domain or the range for cos square x. So let's replace this here. Let's take one by one. So what if cos square was 0? So let's say cos square was 0. That will be minus 2. Now what if cos square was 1? You will have 5, 1, minus 2, that will be 3. So basically now we have the minimum value and the max value for this equation. So f of x is between minus 2 and 3. This will be the range for f. And that is question number 6. Question number 7. So here we have a shape, a 3-dimensional shape. The base OACB and the upper OABC and the upper surface DEFG are the same. So you have to know that the base and the top are exactly the same. Now, this and the back are the same as well, and this are the same as well. Okay, that's all we need to know. And now, the point P and point Q are the midpoints of OD and GF. So this and this are the same, and this are the same, because this point is a midpoint and this is also the midpoint. Now the values that we have is this one. The vectors given to us is OA is 6i, OC is 8j, and OD is given by 2i plus 10k. Okay, that's good to know. Now question part 1, let's see. Express each of the vectors in the terms of I, j, and k. So first one, find PB. So if you observe, where is PB? So from the point P, let's join to B. That will be in this direction. So to find PB, you have to go from P to O, so PO, then you have to go from O to A, and then A to B. So AB is the same as OC, which is 8J. OA is 6, so we have to find this one. So let's write this down. PB will be PO plus OA plus AB. What is the PO? PO will be half of OD. So OD is given by this one. The thing is that OD is in this direction, right? It's going up, but PO is going down, so it has to be negative of this value. So half of PO will be negative of this. That will be minus 2i minus 10k. Plus OA is given to us as 6i plus AB, which is 8j. So that will be minus I minus 5k plus 6i plus 8j. Now if you simplify, we will have a 6i minus I, that will become 5i plus 8j minus 5k. Okay, so that is part 1 for PB. Now for PQ, let's see where's PQ. PQ will be this one. Will be in this direction. So to find PQ, we must have to go to PD, DC, and GQ. So PQ equal to PD plus DG and GQ. So what is the value of PD? It is half of OD. Half of OD. That will be half of this. That will become I plus 5K. Plus DG. DG is the same as OC, which is 8J. That will be 8J. And for GQ, Q is the midpoint of GF. GF is 6I, so half will be 3I. So simplify, you will have, that'll be 4I plus 8J plus 5K. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. It says, determine whether P is nearer to Q or to B. So let's find the length of PQ and PB, right? So let's do that. So first, we know that PQ is equal to 4I plus 8J plus 5K. So the length of PQ is equal to root of 4 square, 8 square plus 5 square. That will be what? 4 square plus 8 square plus 5 square. That will be root of 105. Now we know that PB is equal to 5I plus 8J minus 5K. So magnitude of PB is given by root of 5 square plus 8 square plus 5 square. That will be 5 square plus 8 square plus 5 square. 114, root of 114. So as you can see, the length of PQ is smaller. So they will say P is nearer to Q. This will be the conclusion from this calculation. Now for part 3, use scalar product to find the angle BPQ. Now let's see what angle are we trying to find. BPQ will be the angle in between this angle right here. So it is between this length and this length, so we have to find this angle. So let's call this one theta. So we have to find theta. So we have to use a formula here by scalar product. So it means that usually we have to find, so here we have PQ already, we know it is. In terms of vector form, you have 4, 8, 5, and PB is equal to 5, 8, minus 5. And also we know the magnitude of PQ is given by root of 105, and magnitude of PB root of 114. Okay, so what is the formula for scalar product? Let's say if we had A, so one side is this one, the product, scalar product is called A, scalar product of B is equal to magnitude of A times magnitude of B, cos of the angle in between. So using the same concept, the formula here, replace those values. A will be this one, 4, 8, 5, times 5, 8, minus 5, equal to magnitude of A will be PQ, root of 105, times root of 114, cos of the angle will be BPQ. So let's do the scalar product for this one. So very easy. This times this, so 4 times 5 is 20, plus 8 times 8 will be 64, plus 5 times minus 5 will be minus 25. and this will be root 105 and root 114 cos of b, p, q. Now let's make this one subject of formula. So cos of b, p, q is equal to, this is 20 plus 64 minus 25, that will be 59 divided by root of 105 root of 114, which is what value? So divide by root of 105 times root of 114, that will be 0.539. So b, p, q, you have to do cos inverse of that. In terms of radians, for me, you can do degrees as well, that's okay. For me, it's 1.00 radians. Let's see what is the value in degrees. Mode degrees, cos inverse of 0.539. Now degrees will be 57.4 degrees. So this will be your two answers, possible answers for the angle BPQ. You'll have to choose between degrees or radians. And that is question number 7. Question number 8, we have over 21-day period. An athlete prepares for a marathon by increasing the distance she runs each time by 1.2. Now on the first day she runs 13 km. So as you can observe, this is a sequence. It is an arithmetic sequence. So on the first day she runs 13 km. On the second day she adds 1.2, that will be 14.2, and then that will be 15.4, that will be 16.6. So every time she's adding 1.2 to every term. Okay, so this will be an arithmetic sequence. Question will be what? Find the distance she runs on the last day of the 21-day period. So we have to find the last term on the 21, term 21. The formula is what? So term 21 will be a plus n minus 1 times d. D is your common difference. The first term is equal to 13 plus n minus 1. So n minus 1 will be 20 times 1.2. So let's solve 13 plus 20 times 1.2. That will be 37 km. So this formula will be given to you on your list. So just know that the nth term is given by a n minus 1 times d, where a is your first term and d is your common difference. So this is your common difference and 13 will be your first term. Now let's move on to part 2. Find the total distance she runs in this 21 days. We have to find the sum of the first 21 terms. So the sum of the first n terms is given by the formula half n times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So this also will be given to you on your list. So, but it's best if you just know it, but you don't need to worry about the formula itself. So we know a is equal to 13, d is equal to 1.2, and what else we know? We know n is equal to 21. So let's replace and find out the value. So here we have s of 21 will be half times 21 times 2 times a, that will be 26, plus n minus 1 is 20 times d, that will be 1.2. So let's solve this. Half times 21 times 26 plus 20 times 1.2, that will be 525. So 525 km will be the total distance she runs on this 21-day period. Now let's move on to part B. So it says the first, second, and third term are these terms respectively. Find the value for x. So here first term we have x, then we have x minus 3, then we have x minus 5. Now the thing is that he tells you already it is a geometric progression. So what do we have in a geometric progression? We have a, which is the first term. We have r, which is the common ratio. So how do you find r? R is found usually by taking this term and dividing by this. So r is x3 divided by x, but also r is also equal to x minus 5 divided by x minus 3 because they have the same r. Now replace r is equal to r, so x minus 3 over x is equal to x minus 5 over x minus 3. Now we can cross multiply. You will have x minus 3 square equal to x square minus 5x. Now we can expand this. You will have x square minus 6x plus 9 equal to x square minus 5x. So these two cancel out. And then if you send this one over here, you will have x is equal to 9. That is part 1. Now part 2, find the fourth term of this progression. So let's see. The first term is x. Second term is x minus 3 will be 6 minus 5. That will be 4. The r is equal to r is equal to, what is the value of r here? Let's check. 6 divided by 9. 4 divided by 6. 3 over 2. That we 3 over 2. 3 over 2 will be the value for r. So the next one will be the same. So multiply by this times 4, which is times this value. Let's just find this using our formula. You can just multiply this as well. You find your fourth term, but you can always use the formula. The fourth term is equal to arn minus 1, which is a is 9, times r. R is given by 2 over 3, and this is 3. So let's do that. So 2 over 3 power 3 times 9, which is 2 over 3, which is the same as multiplying 4 times 2 over 3 will give you the same value. So the fourth term is this. And now the part 3, find the sum to infinity of the progression. So sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r, because r is less than, the magnitude of r is less than 1. So a is given to us as the first term, which is 9 over 1 minus r, which is 2 over 3, which is 9 over 1 over 3, which is 27 for the value of sum to infinity. And this is question number 8. So this formula is also given to you. You don't need to worry about that. So most of the formulas you need to find is given to you. And that is question number 8. Question number 9, we have functions f of f and g are defined as these two. So where k is a constant. So part 1, find the value of k for which this and this is a tangent to the curve f of x. So when it is a tangent to the curve, you have to know that b squared minus 4ac equal to 0. So that's the main formula we need to know to find the value of k. But first, as you see y here and y here, we have to solve them simultaneously. So g of x is equal to f of x. That will give us 2x minus k equal to 2x squared plus 8x plus 1. Now we send everything to one side. You will have 2x squared plus 8x minus 2x plus 1 plus k equal to 0. Simplify. 2x squared plus 6x and plus 1 plus k equal to 0. Now this is a, b, and c. So we have to use b squared minus 4ac. So b squared minus 4ac equal to 0 because of the tangent, at only 1 point. Now b squared will be 36 minus 4 times a, that will be 8, times c will be 1 plus k equal to 0. Now simplify, we send this one on this side. You will have 8, 1 plus k equal to 36. Now divide by 8. 36 divided by 8 will be what? 4.5. So that will be 4.5. So k will be 4.5 minus 1. That will be 3.5 for the value of k. Now part 2. In the case that k is equal to minus 9, so k now is now minus 9, so we have f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 8x plus 1, and g of x is equal to 2k minus 9. That will be 2x plus 9 for g of x. So question is, we have to find the values of x for which f of x is less than g of x. So pretty easy. So by observation, you know that this is a minimum curve. It will look like this, somewhat like this. And this one is a straight line with gradient 2. So this one, g of x, will cut this curve at 2 points. And for the value that f of x is less than, g of x will be between these 2 points. So let's first find those 2 points, then we can find the set of values. So again, solve them simultaneously. That will be 2x plus 9 equal to 2x squared plus 8x plus 1. Now send everything to one side. You will have 2x squared plus 6x minus 8 equal to 0. X squared plus 3x minus 4 equal to 0. Now if you simplify, you will have, factorize, you will have x here, 4 times 1. Now to get plus 3, we have to do plus 4 minus 1. X will be minus 4 and x will be 1. So this value here is minus 4 and this value here is 1. This is f of x and this is g of x. Now the main question is, for what values of x is f of x, the curve, less than g of x? As you can see, it is between those two values that it is less than g of x. So you will write the values of x will be between minus 4 and 1. That will be your answer for part 2. Now let's move on to part 3. It says, in the case where k is equal to minus 1, so we have g of x will be equal to 2x plus 1. Find g inverse of f of x. So first let's find g inverse. That will be, let y equal to 2x plus 1. 2x will be y minus 1. X will be y minus 1 divided by 2. So from this you will have g inverse of x is equal to x minus 1 over 2. So let's see what's next. So we have to find g inverse of f of x. So g inverse of f of x is equal to f of x minus 1 over 2. So what is f of x? F of x is given by, we know from the question it is 2x squared plus 8x plus 1 minus 1 divided by 2. That will be, it goes away, divided by 2, that will be x squared plus 4x. So this will be your answer. Now we have to solve. This is g inverse of f of x. Now the next one is we have to solve this equation equal to 0. So x squared plus 4x equal to 0. We factorize x outside, you will have x plus 4 equal to 0. So x will be 0, x will be minus 4. So these will be the two answers for x. And this is part 3. Now moving on to part 4. Express f of x in terms of this. So we have to complete the squares. So first step, f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 8x plus 1. So what I like to do is I like to separate this term, put some space in between. So we have 2x squared plus 8x, leave some space and plus add 1 right here. So here we have to add a value. So we have to add 8 divided by 2 square. So when you add something, you also have to minus the same value. Right. Now let's simplify the inside. You will have 2x squared plus 8x plus, that will be 4 square. Now 4 square is what? 4 square is equal to, so we can simplify this first. So 4 square, 1 minus 4 square, that is minus 15. Okay, so we have 2x squared plus 8x plus 16 minus 15. Okay, so here we can take out 2 outside. You will have x squared plus, that will be 4x plus 4. Now what is 4? 4 is equal to 2 squared. That is minus 15. Minus 15 is outside. Now let's see what can we do here. That will be 2, and this one is a complete square form, so that will be x here, plus will be plus here, and the inside will be 2. You write 2, and has square, you write square, minus 15. Okay, so that will be in this form, which is 2x plus a square plus b. So as you can see, a will be 2 and b will be minus 15. So it says, hence state the least value of f of x. The least value of f of x will be this one. The least value minus 15. But let's check. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let's verify. Let's have a new page and see where I may have made a mistake on this one. Okay, so one more time. Let's try to do this one more time. So f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 8x plus 1. So the first thing I do is I separate this one, leave some space, so 2x squared plus 8x space plus 1. Now we have 2 as common. Let's take out 2. You have 2x squared plus 4x bracket plus 1. Now 2x squared plus 4x. So we have to plus, take 4, divide by 2 square plus 1. If you add something, you also have to minus the same value. So 4 over 2 square. Since we have 2 here, we also have to multiply by 2 here. So this becomes 2x, and then plus 4 divided by 2 will be 2 square. So let's see what we get here. That will become 4 divided by 2 square times 2. That will be 8. 1 minus 8 will be minus 7. Okay, so I did make a mistake. So this should be minus 7 and not this value right here. It should be minus 7. Okay, that will be my answer. And the least value is equal to minus 7. So that will be your answer for part 4 of question number 9. Okay, so that will be number 9. Question number 10. So here we go. We have a curve and a straight line going through A and B. The curve is given by this equation. So let's see question number 1. It says obtain the expression for this dy by dx and integration of y. So y is given to us by 1 minus 4 over this. So that will be 2x plus 1 minus 2. Now to find dy by dx, so dy by dx, that will be 0 minus 4 times minus 2, 2x plus 1 minus 3 times 2. That will become, so this is 8 times 2, that will be 16, 2x plus 1 minus 3, which is 16 over 2x plus 1 power 3. Now next one, let's find integration of y with respect to x. So y will be 1 minus 4 2x plus 1 power 2 dx. That is x minus 4 2x plus 1 minus 1 2 plus c. So simplify, you will have x, that will be plus 2 over 2x plus 1 plus c. That will be integration of y. Okay, so we have the two things we need. This is part 1. Now let's move on to part B. It says find the coordinates of B. So according to the diagram, where is B? B is a point of intersection of this line and the y-axis. So this line is what? The line through AB says the normal to the curve at A intersect the y-axis at B. The normal to the curve at A. So at point A, it is a normal to the curve. So let's find the equation of line AB. So first, let's find the equation of line AB. So to find equation, as you know, it is y equal to mx plus c. We first have to find the gradient. Now the first thing is, let's find the value of x. As you can see here, let's find what is the point A. A is a point where the curve cuts the x-axis, right? So point A is at x-axis. At x-axis, y is equal to 0. So the equation now is y equal to 1 minus 4 over 2x plus 1 square. Y is 0. That will be 1 minus 4 over 2x plus 1 square. So if you send this one over here, and if you cross multiply, you will have 2x plus 1 square equal to 4. So 2x plus 1 is equal to 2. And next will be half. So at the value of A is half, 0. So we know the point A already. Now we have to find the gradient at this value of x. So we know dy by dx. So dy by dx, when it comes to a curve, is always the gradient of the tangent. This is equal to 16 divided by 2x plus 1 power 3. So dy by dx at this value of half, that will be 2 times half will be 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Power 3 is 8. 16 divided by 8 will be 2. That is gradient of the tangents. So what is the gradient of the normal? It will be minus 1 over 2. So now we have the point A, half, 0. And the gradient, we can find the line AB. That will be y minus 0 over x minus half equal to minus 1 over 2. So this will be 2y equal to minus 1 plus half minus 1x. So 2y will be half minus x. Okay, so this is the equation of this line. We have to find the point B. B is where the y-axis, so you would say at y-axis x is equal to 0. So 2y equal to half minus 0. So y is equal to divided by 2, which is 1 over 4. So the point B is equal to x is 0 and y is 1 over 4. That is your point B. Now part 3, find, showing all your working, the area of the shaded region. Now let's have a look. Where is the area? It is this area. So as you have seen, I have used two colors, so we can break this down into two parts. This one will be part A and this one will be part B. So let's first find the area of a triangle. The point A is given by half, 0. The point B is given by, I think it's 0, 1 over 4, right? 0, 1 over 4. So this distance here is 1 over 4 and this one is half. So how would you find area of triangle? As you know by now, area of triangle is half times base. The base is half times height, which is 1 over 4. That will be 1 over 16 for area of the triangle, which is part A. Now for part B, let's find the area under the curve. So for part B, area under the curve will be integration of y dx, and for the limits, it is between 0 and a, which is half and 0. So this will be equal to x plus 2 over 2x plus 1, limits of half and 0. So this, we have found this in part 1 already. We just use this to replace here. Now let's solve one by one. So first one will be half plus 2. So 2 times half is 1 over 2 minus 0 plus 2 over 1. So simplify, you will have, this will become 1.5 minus 2, that will be minus 0.5. So the minus sign, it just means that this area is below the curve, that's why it's minus. But the area itself, area of B, will be 0.5 centimeter square. Now, area of shaded region is equal to area of A plus B. Area of triangle is equal to 1 over 6 plus 0.5. Let's see what we have. 1 over 16 actually plus 0.5. That will be 9 over 16 units square. Okay, so that was the question number 10, and that was the last question of this paper. I hope that was somewhat helpful, and as always, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.